Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we're going to have Tobia. Tobia is from Italy, but he lives in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. So let's see what Tobia has to say. Enjoy the interview.
Great.
Amazing. Hello,
All
Tobia.
right.
Oh,
Hi, hello. Thank you very much, William. How are you?
very well. Thanks so much for taking the time today for the interview. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for inviting me. Really appreciate it.
So tell me, how's your day going so far?
The day is going well. So I'm based in the Netherlands, Amsterdam, and it's quite cold. Today is minus 12.
Wow.
Snow around, so it's very, very freezy, a cold day, but it's also very nice, to walk around and see everything white. So yes, it's a very good day actually.
What's the biggest joy of waking up in Amsterdam every single morning?
Well, that's a very good question. So one of the biggest joy is definitely, that the environment is really vibrant. There is a lot of internationals in the city. Originally, I'm Italian, so be an international environment is really, really cool. Also using, all the time the bikes. Because especially in Italy, it's very used to get a car and go around. Here is completely different. So you can manage very well to go everywhere with the bike. Yes.
And where's about in Italy you are from?
In Italy, I'm from Ancona, which is actually in the middle of Italy,
Uh-huh.
the opposite coast of Bologna. And yeah, so I lived there for until the 2019, and then I went to Dublin, Ireland, when I lived for about 3 years, and
Uh-huh.
then in 2021 I came to Amsterdam.
And why Amsterdam?
Um, it was a very good moment. So I was actually in between to decide London or Amsterdam,
Uh-huh.
but at the end was Amsterdam because it's um, again it's a very useful city. So it's very you can adapt very well, even though the language, the original language is Dutch. You can live in English and then and learn Dutch in the process. It's a very functional country, and I really like it. Yeah.
Amazing. And what do you do for work for living, Tobia?
For living, I work in the real estate,
Okay.
which is a very interesting sector in the Netherlands and in Amsterdam. And I work as a real estate advisor. So I assist mainly. I work with international, so expat, like me, that
Mm-hmm.
want to either rent or buy in the Netherlands. So I work with them to make sure to find yes the right property, but at the same time also to educate them about the market.
Amazing. I think it's amazing to have those jobs when you can help others as well to find their, home. I think it's such a important time of their lives, people lives when they buy their home for sure.
I agree. I totally agree with you. So I really like that job because, yeah, I mean beyond the professional and the professional, that I cover, during the process, I'm an expert myself, so I can help them in a way that I help myself to go through the process and find a home. When you change a country as an expert, find a property is essential. So it's one of the things is the top priority list that you put there. And
Totally.
yeah,
And all your family they're back in Italy, Tobia.
my whole family, yes, live in Italy. I live in Amsterdam with my wife, so I'm married.
Mm-hmm.
But all my family, yes, live in Italy. The funny thing is that I'm the first of seven. So yes, I am.
Wow, big family.
It is big, big, big traditional family, back then.
That's
Uh,
amazing.
yeah, I'm the first of seven. I'm the only one living abroad,
Mm-hmm.
so twice a year I do back and forth, to visit them and make sure that everything is going well for them. Yeah, so but I took my chance, to change country. I never see myself live there. I want always, to try different experiences, to catch up with different people, culture,
Totally.
and that's what I took. I took the leap and I went abroad.
Amazing. Okay, Tobias. So during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey. Okay.
Yep.
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories in life and share your point of views? Are you ready
Yes,
to go on a
yes, I
beautiful?
am.
Yeah, perfect. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Of random questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just for us to relax before the first question. Okay?
Hey, yes.
Let's do it. Right, so before I start the interview, during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Yes.
Amazing. First question is, what's your morning ritual?
Morning ritual is hot water, then a coffee, and straight away to the gym. 6
Wow.
a.m. in the gym to make my body, feel ready and prepare for the day ahead. In real estate, you are bombarded by calls, viewings, many things. So I
Uh-huh.
want to actually make sure that I prepared and before enter, in the work day.
And do you consider yourself to be more of a day or a night person?
More of a day now. I'm a day person, so I really like to get up, early in the morning and go early to bed.
Uh-huh.
Different than 10 years ago, but now, time changing. So uh, early morning, yeah.
And as you mentioned before about living in Amsterdam, how much you enjoy the city, and what do you find most challenging for you about living in Amsterdam?
I will say sometimes the language, because definitely, yes, you can comfortably live in English with no problem. Dutch people speak very good English, but the original language is Dutch.
Mhm.
So yes, you can live and try to make friends in English, but you fully integrate in Dutch. So that's a challenge because it's very different, sound compared to the Italian or the English one. You really need to stay focused to catch up the language.
And do you do some classes, online class, Dutch classes, or not? Do you are you learning or not?
Yes, I am. So I actually started fully, fully focused this year because I really want to grab the language, integrate very well. It's not easy, really, I can tell you. So it's you need to come back, kid, and try to also to don't be ashamed, of the practice, the language. But it's gonna be very rewarding, I believe. Especially if you want to settle in the country.
Yeah, I get your point. I think even though sometimes the language can be a bit difficult, but you need to find a way for you to learn the most you can, because it's the way for you to get used to the culture as well. As you said, of course, in Holland, in Netherlands, everyone speaks English. It's quite common. However, if you wanted to improve, your life or your skills or your business, I think you need to have at least the basic to understand more things. I have a very good friend of mine. He lives in Eindhoven, and
Okay.
he's Portuguese, so he's lived there for a long time. And he, through the years, he understood that he needs to learn the language. The only way for you to live there, for
Yeah,
sure.
I agree.
And
Yeah.
the Italian community, do you find a lot of Italians living in Amsterdam?
Yes, there are a lot of Italian people in Amsterdam or all over the Netherlands. But yes, in Amsterdam, we are quite a lot. And it's quite interesting, to catch up with them because each of us has a different experience, different journey,
Yeah,
and also make you feel, sometimes at home in a
yeah.
different city, but still, at home because you can talk about, football clubs in Italy or food or whatever. So yes, it's very nice to be surrounded of Italian people. Yeah.
Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, to be the next question is, if you had the superpowers to swap lives for a day with a person, who that would be and why? For any reason.
To swap a person,
Yeah, to
you
be in their life for one day, just for to see the way they live or to see the way they think. Could for some reason, if you had the superpower to be in their lives for 24 hours.
Shall I give you the name, the person, or
Yeah,
the?
yeah. Which person comes to your mind?
Um, I really like football, so I will go for a football player, and I probably will say Neymar. Um,
Brazilian.
because as I said, I like football. I like those kind of players. I play football for a very long time. And I always wondering what be a football player, looks like. And I think that a very great player, technical wise, like Neymar, would be interesting to live a day like
Oh.
him to see the routine, how everything is going.
And you always been connected with football.
Yes, yes, I did. So I play in Italy for about 18 years. Then I went to Dublin. I played football as well. Um, it's a sport that I born with, and but I have to say, William, that here I stopped. It's too cold.
Tell me three football players that for you always be inspired by in the football industry. Three names.
Yeah. Okay. Maradona, Totti, and I would go for another Brazilian, but I would say R9, which is the Ronaldo phenomenon.
I see. Okay, so let's pretend that Maradona they are still with us here. Okay, one
Yep.
day you're gonna wake up in the morning having three missed calls on your phone from those three names you just mentioned right now. Which
Yeah.
one call back straight away? Which one you send a message? I'll call you back later. And the third one, you don't call back, you don't send a message, you just ignore him for now. Tell me.
Hard question. So I will immediately call straight away back to Maradona, straight away. And between the two,
So
yeah,
I don't know.
this is a challenging. Maybe simply because the one is Italian. I will send a voice message to R9 and say I might call you back or maybe not. So that's, but it's very challenging question.
I know. Tell me something, Tobia. When you think about yourself, when you analyze yourself, what's the biggest joy of being you? What do you like the most about being Tobia?
Yep. Um, I like that I really care about people
Hmm?
in a way that I really like, stay with them, understand, their journey, and learn from them. That's what I most like by me, and obviously be myself at the end, because
Wow.
each of us, went through different story, as a different background. We fought for different things,
Hmm.
um, but when you care about people, when you care about their journey, it's really inspire you to be better in your life.
Totally. And do you pretend to stay in Netherlands, in Amsterdam for a long while, or just see yourself there for a certain time period of time?
Yeah, that's a good one. Up to now, I would say yes. I see myself live here.
Hmm.
Because it was beyond all the expectation. To be transparent with him, I didn't know anything about the country back then when I was in Dublin, but when I came here, it was very surprising. It's yeah, it's a very functional country. You can live and settle very well, even if you plan, to do a family. So absolutely yes.
And your wife, she's Italian as well?
She is not. She is half Italian, half Dominican.
I
So
see.
we mix it culture, we mix it languages, and it's really really nice. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Right. So before the next one, tell me what's the biggest joy of being a state agent? What do you like the most about your job?
Yeah. Uh, Definitely even hear people. So you need to, yes, like the property, but most importantly, you need to like people, because you will have to deal with requests, needs, and will be important find, yes, the property that match those requests, but you need to be prepared also to answer, all the questions that they have. The part that I like the most, because I work with internationals, with expat, is that I give them also suggestion advices that I went through myself as well in my own experience. So it's a very good combination work wise, but also personal experience to make that journey, easier. Either
Wow.
in the rental or the buying side, then it's depend.
And what do you find most challenging about your job?
Um, in Amsterdam, particularly, is the supply. So there are a lot of demand. A lot of international come here, but the supply is not so high. So you need to be a shark in the market. You need to know how to move to secure the property for your client. Otherwise, you compete, with people that might have different background, different budget, different estate agencies. So that's a little bit the challenge definitely of in the market right now.
As I mentioned before, Tobia, that I've got this friend of mine who lives in Holland, and he told me once, William, it's really difficult to buy a home or to rent a place in the Netherlands because a lot of people they are queuing, waiting, and trying. So it makes sense what my friend said. It's quite hard. It's difficult. People need to wait quite a while to get their home.
Yes, it is. I mean, particularly now in the rental market is more difficult than the buying side, because a lot of investors now are selling their properties. So the supply in the buying side is definitely higher than in the rental one. Also in the rental, the price is going up. So not everyone, unfortunately, can afford, a property for 1,800 per month or 2 grand, 2.3 per month. So it's really high price. In the buying side is little bit different. I would say easier because you have more supply, so you can also negotiate a little bit better. But what your friend told you, it's exactly true. But that's why, be fast and understand how the game works will be very useful.
I see. Okay. Next question is, what is the most memorable lesson you've learned from your parents?
Yeah, this is a lesson that I particularly learned from my parents when I was a teenager. Because when you are a teenager, you try to follow other people and don't and not be yourself, right? But doesn't necessarily mean that you do the right thing, or at least the one that actually bring you in the right way. So they
Mm-hmm.
always said to me, in every situation, just be yourself, because when you be yourself, you just think, and act in the best way, and that's a huge lesson for me.
And as you have a big family, back in Italy, tell me which person in your family you right this moment you feel more close to, or you talk to more often. There's a person right now that you are very close to.
Yeah, I would say my brother, because actually I have two brothers. Excuse me, I have one brother and five sisters. So
Wow.
him and I, are the two men apart my dad. So it's a very close relationship that I have now with him, because the age is raising for both, and we can talk, in a very more open mind way, so we can share more experiences, more thoughts, and it's actually great because be the first. Not all the time you can share, what you're thinking, but also it's challenging because you don't want to share with your dad. So
Of
now,
course.
I found the person that where I can share with, and it's amazing. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so your brother, he's watching this interview right now. When you have a moment, an opportunity to send him a message. What would you say? He's watching. You can say in Italian first, and after you can translate in English.
Ok, so in Italia we say grazie mille per ogni momento che stiamo condividendo insieme, e sei un fratello speciale per me. In English will be thank you very much for every moment that we are sharing together. You are a very special brother for me.
Oh, that's sweet. I think when we have this connection with our siblings is unique because, it's part of our family, someone who we trust, someone who is part of our lives. They know the way we've been raised, they know the way we are,
Yeah.
and I think having a connection with our loved ones, this way that you can talk about anything, you can open about your life. It's a big plus for sure.
Absolutely, yes.
Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, next question is describe yourself in one positive and one negative word only.
Um, yeah, the positive will be. Uh, that's a very good question. Positive will be, let's say, problem solver now,
Okay.
because it's
Amazing.
a very mindset that I adopted since a while. Particularly as an expat, you need to be ready to take the challenge. Negatively will be, um, yeah, I would say it's a very good one. Overthinker.
Good point.
Definitely will be overthinker because sometimes the more thought you have, the more overthinking you do. So it definitely will be overthinking.
And tell me something. What's the meaning of life for you when you think about life, Tobia?
Um, the meaning of life for me is when you have, obviously, when you design a life and you live a life surrounded by the people that you love and that you really appreciate to spend time with,
Mhm.
not because they not for convenient, but to learn something, because they make yourself better and live with a purpose. So if you follow a purpose, let's say if you have a goal, it might be your career or might be whatever sport, whatever. So when you have a purpose, you are fully committed, and it's a very rewarding life because every challenge that you will face, you will show up in a different way.
Amazing. 3 questions left. Let's do it. Okay, next question is good question. If you could meet yourself when you were 15 years old again, what advice would you give to yourself at the time?
uh, just I would say just take every challenge, take every
Mhm.
opportunities, even if you don't know how to do it. Just figure it out later, because that's what I see in my journey. I will never be here talking to you in English if I would never got the chance to step out of my country and my comfort zone. So that will be the advice that I will give to myself. Don't regret, just do it and see how it will go.
And besides your family, of course, what do you miss the most about Italy, about your country, about your city? What when you think about it, when it comes to your mind, you go like, oh my God, I miss that.
The sea, the seaside.
I really,
Yeah, because the every time more the for a while was the food, but then you adapt to different culture, different cuisine, so it's okay. But the seaside is something that living in a city like Amsterdam, you have canals, yes, but it's not the same. When you go to the seaside, you see this blue sea, anything in front of you, so it's completely empty. Yeah, you see, you actually free your mind up, and that's what I really, really missed. Every time I go there, I just walk, on the seaside, and I stay there doing nothing, just thinking, and enjoy the view.
and what Amsterdam has taught you so far.
Uh, Amsterdam taught me that you don't have to be afraid to what is you will see or differently. So
Mhm.
he taught me to be very, very open mind person. Amsterdam is a city when lives more than 186 nationalities,
Oh,
concentrate in one city. So you must be open minded,
totally.
and this is a plus because you you learn, different way of thinking, different way of act, different cuisine, different languages. So it gave me very, very positive impact in my private life.
I love your answer, Tobia, and I totally agree with you. I think living in those cities like Amsterdam, like big cities like that, is the only way for you to connect with so many different nationalities, and open your mind, make yourself a better person because you understand more about other people, the way they live, the way they talk, the way they express themselves. And I think it's a privilege when you can be there, when you
Yeah,
can live a life there because trust me, there must be so many people around the globe that would love to live in Amsterdam or any other big cities like that. And I think it's a big plus, and we should always be thankful and grateful because it's a life opportunity for sure.
yeah, I agree with you totally.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Two questions left. Let's do it.
I really like this
Right. So
one.
before the next question, tell me. Okay, let's go back to your job. What's in your based on your experience, based on your knowledge, tell me 3 points. For example, when someone's gonna buy a house, let's say a place in Amsterdam, or you work in Rotterdam as well, and Den Haag, yeah, Den Haag when you work as well. So based on your experience, tell me. Let's focus Amsterdam because it's a place where we were talking a lot about it. So tell me 3 points that for you people need to know or to consider when they are buying a property in Amsterdam? Tell me 3 points.
Yeah. So the first one is you need to know what is your budget, because the
Mhm.
budget will determine where you can buy or where you cannot buy. In Amsterdam, Rotterdam, and The Hague, in the big cities, is the same. The second point will be understand that in the Netherlands, you don't negotiate below the asking price, but always up.
Oh, I see.
And this phenomenon is called overbidding.
Okay.
Okay, this is a little bit of, let's say, cultural shock, because in many countries, perhaps it might be, in the UK or in Italy, Ireland, you can negotiate. US, you can negotiate, below the asking price. Here, it's always up. So there is no technically the chances to go down unless you get a property, that is completely empty and you need to rebuild. And the third one is that you need to be ready, because the process here is very is standard and fast. So
Mm-hmm.
the moment that your offer is accepted will take 8 weeks to become a owner.
Oh, wow. Very quick.
Very quick and very concentrated. It could be more, more things to be aware, but this is the three one, particularly the first two, that will make the difference for a person.
Wow. And renting a place in Amsterdam, do you think tell me one point that people they need to consider a lot, they need to know about it before renting a place in Amsterdam?
Yeah, the is the job contract. I would say in Amsterdam is very challenging to rent a place if you don't have a job contract in your hand,
Okay.
or if you are an entrepreneur, you can provide, via the tax declaration, for example, your stable income. Unlikely they give property to people that don't have the financial criteria to get the property there.
I see. Okay. Next question is, what is one food you could eat for the rest of your life?
I will go for
Difficult for Italian person.
I will go for yeah, definitely. I would say pasta. Yeah, because you can eat for lunch but also for dinner. So in every situation I can have a dish of pasta, and then yes. It's something that I grew up with. It's very common in Italy, so I will go for pasta.
And what's your favorite pasta?
My favorite pasta is the, let's say, it's called in English. I don't know how to translate, but it's gonna say the fume, which is a combination of tomato sauce and panna cream.
Okay.
Okay, but the cuisine, not the one that we put on the ice cream, but the panna cream, for cook a first dish, and the slices of let's say pork belly, grilled, a little bit, and
Wow.
that's pretty much, in English, how we can explain. With the parmesan and a little bit of pepper, you can really enjoy.
And there's something that you don't like to eat at all, or you can't eat for some reason?
That I can't,
No,
nothing. So
I
I can eat everything. Probably, let's say, broccoli is the one that I started eating right now, but I'm not a huge fan of
see.
it.
And do you cook every day? Do you cook very often to be or not?
Yes, we do. So
Mm-hmm.
we mainly cook more. We eat more at home than outside,
Mm-hmm.
because at home you can try different recipes, and um, you can do very good thing. So yes, we do. We do mainly during the week. Yes, we do. Then obviously, let's say on Sunday, you can get a cheat day, and then you can also go outside and try something different. Yeah.
Amazing. Last question. Ready?
Yeah. So let
Let's
me.
do- Is
Can
that
I?
sure?
Can you,
Yeah, of
okay,
course, of
just give
course.
me
Yeah, yeah.
one.
Of course. Let's do it. Last question. Okay, but before the last question, tell me a moment in your career that you're never gonna forget. A moment or a situation that you're gonna go like, you know what? I always remember this moment. Could be anything. Maybe a feedback from a client, maybe you're showing a house, or maybe could be anything that you go like, you know what? I remember this moment.
Yeah, that's a very good one. I will give you two, William. One positive, one negative. The the positive is the first house that I closed for my client.
Wow,
Um, was a moment, an unforgettable moment, because I, I truly see the happiness of the person coming, relocating from another country, say yes, I got my place, and now I'm ready to take the chance to have a new life in a new place. So was a very rewarding moment for the hard work. The negative one was, yes, a feedback from a client that said to me, was at the very beginning of my career back then, and they say, you need to listen more of what people want, and not just propose properties. It was
amazing.
a tough feedback, but so powerful, because this is the job. As I said before, you need to understand what people want, and then
Totally.
adapt in a way that is helpful to them.
I love that, and I love that it was a very you took it in a positive way, because
Yeah,
sometimes it's just you need to understand, and this person as well. I think to say something like that, this person wants to help you somehow, wants to, that's what they saw from you, the way you're talking or the way you're doing the business, and hearing a feedback like that, as you said, it wasn't easy. At the same time as well, you took as a positive one, and I think that's amazing.
yeah,
Amazing.
it was.
Great.
Yeah.
Right. Last question is, what has been the happiest point of your life so far?
Yeah, I will go for a private moment that has been get married. Was the
Wow.
happiest moment, in my life, because I took the responsibility to be, let's say, loyalty, and I got my chance to go through, this journey, and will go through a journey in my life with another person.
Wow. And so far, what has been the most meaningful lesson you've learned from your wife?
Many, because
Mhm.
life, happy life. So, but the The biggest one will be uh, yeah, just the familiarize with feedback and take positivity from any feedback, particularly the negative one, because in every family, in every relationship at work or in private life, you have feedbacks from people. So
Yeah,
the way you digest that feedback will be very important.
amazing. All right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to say some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Okay, let's start with money,
Freedom,
fear,
lesson,
family,
everything,
life,
beautiful,
love,
journey,
religion,
a religion. I would say it's a pilot of life for me.
sex,
Amazing.
politics,
Politics, yeah, it's arguable,
friendship,
important.
desire,
Desire is inspiring.
regret,
It's, how can I say? It's a very bad thing. It's, yeah, very bad thing.
success,
Failures.
wish,
Um, it's nothing.
okay, happiness.
It's great,
One word for Italy,
beautiful,
one word for Amsterdam.
unbelievable,
And the last one now, estate agent, one word.
powerful.
Beautiful. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your wife for a coffee and I'm going to ask her, what's the most beautiful thing about Tobia? What do you think she would say about you?
Uh, I would say happy, because the I always try, to smile in every situation, just to spread, the vibe. It's not always easy, but when you spread, positive vibes, I think that the life become a little bit easier and less heavy.
Totally. I agree with you. Let's play now Tobia in the magic box and you can ask me a question. But before that, let's play the music one more time. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, but before you asking the question, tell me what's the biggest difference between the Italian and the Dutch, and the biggest similarity between both nationalities, in your opinion?
Okay. So the similarities is that they are very, let's say, talking about property, they really like decoration in a different way,
Uh-huh.
but they put attention, how to decor a property, so it's really nice. The style is different, but they have a very good flavor to how to decor, a property.
Right.
uh, the difference is obviously cultural. So the Italian culture spend a lot of time talking and going around just to tell you one thing.
Yeah,
They do a very long trip and then to tell you. The Dutch one is very direct. So in either way, positive and negative. So it's very direct. Right now, I'm more on the Dutch one. So if I have to tell something, I'll tell you. But there are two things that you appreciate. You know.
totally. It's so interesting you saying that, Tobia, because people have asked me before, the difference between Brazilian and the English nationality. And I think
Yeah,
actually the same thing as well. Brazilian people, we go around, around, around for the points. And the English, they go straight to the point. They know, you know what I mean? As I said, the positive and negative as well.
yeah,
However, it's just different. And we have this way of going around, explain, and this way and here and that. But
yeah.
it's very different of the, let's say, maybe the Dutch and the English culture for sure. Very similar.
Yeah.
Okay, Tobia, can I ask me a question now?
Yeah, so I actually have two, William,
Okay,
for you, because your story is so fascinating, and
thank
you
you.
are international as well. So the first question for you that I have is, what was or what is the most challenging part you face when changing country?
Okay. All right, so I have the answer straight away for you. So it's interesting. I left Brazil. I was very young. I was 19-year old. So I left Brazil for the first time. I moved all the way to Portugal. And of course, Portugal, we have the same language. However, the accent's very different, very different. So for me, 2 points was very difficult for me. First, the language. It's weird to say that because the same language, but because when I arrived in Portugal, I just realized that I never heard a Portuguese talk in my life until I arrived there.
Yeah,
And I was in Porto, and the accent in Porto is more difficult than the in Lisbon. That's more open. So for me, I couldn't believe I was living in a country where they were speaking Portuguese because I couldn't understand anything what they were saying.
yeah,
Literally, I couldn't understand anything. So it was a big challenge for me because I couldn't communicate with people, and I was scared. I was afraid. I was shy to talk to them because thank God they got very used to our language back in Brazil because the soap opera are very popular in Portugal, the music. So they
yeah,
understand our accent, they understand the way you talk. But for us, for me, it was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. It took me a while for me to get used to. So that was the first one. And the second one was about this warmth that we have in Brazil. When you meet someone, you talk, you become friends in 3 minutes. You are best friend in 5 minutes. You are hugging. You are shaking hands. In Portugal was different for me. This cultural contrast was very hard for me to understand, because I was like, oh my God, it's very cold here. I couldn't connect with people easily. So those 2 points was very, very hard for me in the beginning. Yeah.
yeah. That's actually those very good point, and thank you for sharing. It's very inspiring. And the next question that I have is actually related to what inspiring you to launch, this channel. What kind of purpose you have you have you are having now to launch,
Wow.
this channel.
You know what, Tobia? In 2020, when the world went upside down with the COVID situation, before
Yeah,
that, I was already thinking about doing something on YouTube where I could connect with people, I could express myself, but I didn't know what I could do. I didn't know what I could, because as you know, there are so many people out there doing beautiful things through podcasts, through social media. There are so many beautiful, um, there are beautiful channels, beautiful people expressing through their lives or their knowledge and everything. But I didn't know what to do, and suddenly I went to a run in the park. In 2020, here in England, when the COVID started, we could leave the house once a day for exercise, to go for a run, and I was doing that every day. I was going for a run in the park, and one of this idea came along, and I was like, oh my God, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a channel where I could express myself. I could let people express themselves through
yeah,
questions that without being any judgments. I just want you people to come here to the show and leave a mark and leave something to the show that they could express or being themselves in a way that they don't feel judged at all.
yeah,
And for me, the big inspiration to be is about people. They're so fascinating. We are so fascinated with the way I could see your eyes shine in talking about properties, about the way you like to perform your job. It's
yeah,
amazing. I love to have passionate people here on the show. I love to see people express themselves through anything that they think is good for them, and they are helping others, or doing some business and growing, being a better person, being a getting more, I don't know, making more business. So I love people. I love like passionate people here on the show, curious people as well, people who wants to connect with others as well. So I think all of that for me is fascinating. So for me, what's inspired me through the show, it's about people, literally about people. Yeah.
yeah. That's really nice, and I can personally see it. I follow you and follow the stories that you posted. They are very fascinating. Um, the what you are doing for us, for all of us people, it's really nice, because I agree with you. It's also the curiosity to learn from each other, to understand, different stories, different journey. So it's thank you for what you are doing.
No, thank you. And as you mentioned before in the interview, where you live in a city where they have hundreds of different nationalities,
Yep.
and here the show is the same, because there are so many people around the globe that they come here on the show, and they
Yep.
leave a message. They leave like something that people they're gonna see. Go, oh my God, I never seen that before. Or I didn't know that before. So it's amazing for people to connect with others, and just to I find the Magic Box a place where you can be your truly self without any judgment. So I think the platform here is about that, for you to come here, have a good time, connect with others around the globe, and just leave your mark, your business, your anything that you think is about you, to be here on the show. Did you enjoy the interview?
I totally enjoy. So thank you very much for inviting me. It was a pleasure to stay with you, learn from you. I'm actually looking forward to hear, more story in your channel.
Thanks again, Tobia. Thanks for being so kind and so sweet. Thanks again for being, so nice and bring this positive attitude. When you mentioned before that people can see that from you, and actually I was checking some of your videos as well, and I could tell that you have this positive vibe. So carry on, keep being this way, and I think that's the way to be. I think people, they like to see positive people. People, they make a difference, not just in your life, but in your personal and in your business life as well, because people, they like that. They like to have positive people. It makes a big difference for sure. So keep being this way. That things are always going to be always going ahead.
Thank you very much, William.
Before you go, Tobia, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Yeah, so will be every of us will have a different journey in life, more positive or negative, up and downs is present everywhere. Just if you want to do something, do it, because the regret is gonna be more painful than not do it at the good time before.
Just do it. Just go for it without any fear.
Yep.
Amazing.
Okay.
Thanks so much. Okay, regards to your wife, to your family and friends, and keep in touch. It was a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank
Okay.
you very much, William. Same for
Take
me.
care.
Muito obrigado.
Ciao,
Okay,
ciao.
we'll keep in touch. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Andiamo, ciao.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.